So today I am doing another Q&A video. There are so many questions, I don't know why, but here we are, yet again. What is your favorite non-smudge black eyeliner? If it's in a stick, then I would say the Urban Decay 24/7 Perversion Pencil, or the Stila Smudge Proof Twist Up one, if you like the twist up ones better. And as far as like super smudge proof, like a cream liner, the Anastasia one, the cream color is really good, really good, but it does dry out. So I would maybe scoop a little bit out and put it in a separate smaller pot and just never open the big pot for a while. And then liquid liners, Liquid Last from MAC is like intensely, like doesn't go anywhere. But for a cruelty-free option in a liquid, probably the pen, either the Kat Von D pen or the Stila Stay All Day pen, liner pen. What tips do you have for making your makeup last all day? And if you could live in any fantasy world from a book, game, or movie, what would it be? Okay, making your makeup last all day. Don't have it be summer, have it be winter. That's gonna help a lot. But you can't do that. So I would say the Urban Decay primer, the Optical Illusion primer is really good, and the All Nighter setting spray, the new packaging one, is super superb for me and the clients that I've used it on. Also doing thin layers, okay? So like don't just like cake it on. Don't cake it on. Don't do that. You need a primer. First of all, let's back it up. You need to moisturize your skin, do your whole moisturizing routine. Wait, ideally like 20 minutes at least. Go do something else, come back, primer. If you're gonna do a liquid foundation, do as thin a layer as possible, and then spot conceal, and then set it with a powder and setting spray. Don't use like a powder foundation and just like keep putting it on, because that's like a layer of it's heavy. It's like another layer of foundation that you put, like if you're touching it up. It's fine to keep it if you need to touch it up, like if something's gone patchy or you rub something off, but if it's a powder foundation and you just keep putting it on because you're oily, it's just gonna get cakey and it's not gonna last and things are gonna break down because it's too heavy on your skin. So I would say set it with a loose, if it's liquid, set it with a loose setting powder. Don't set it with a powder foundation. And if it's a powder foundation, bring like a blot powder, like a translucent blotting, oil blotting powder. Don't just keep, keeping the shine at bay with your actual foundation, because it's just putting more stuff on there. And if you could live in any fantasy world from a book, game, or movie, what would it be? So easy. You guys might be shocked, but Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider, definitely. Tomb Raider, 100%. Wouldn't be the Vampire Chronicles. It wouldn't be Bram Stoker's Dracula. Nope. It would be Tomb Raider. I would be Tomb Raider. It's not like I'm gonna be one of the wolves that she has to shoot. I want to be Tomb Raider. Me. Tips on starting a YouTube channel about makeup, please. Well, I think editing is really important. So even if it's about makeup, people don't want to hear the ums and ahs and stuff like that. So get really good at editing that kind of stuff out, and use some really good lighting, and do things that are current, because people, they want to know about the latest trends and things like that. So if you feel like doing things that are current, that is. If you don't feel like doing things that are current, don't do that. If it's something that you don't feel like doing, don't make yourself do it, because everybody else is gonna feel your apathy, and they will also be apathetic and they will not want to watch you. That's my advice. It's not like I have, any like super expertise. I've been on YouTube for like 5 years now, and I have 20,000 subscribers, because it's not like I'm trying to, like be a big YouTuber. I, upload very infrequently. So that's another thing, is if you're trying to be a big YouTuber, you should upload very frequently, like twice a week, at least. What's your professional and personal ultimate goal, and what do you do to make it happen? I answered this kind of, I feel like, in the first Q&A, one of the other Q&As, but to make it happen, I feel like you have to sort of like break it down. I'm really not good at achieving goals, but I'm trying to get there. I have a passion planner now, so I've been trying to use that to work toward my goals. So hopefully that's going to be helpful. I'll put a link to that down in the passion planner stuff down in the description. What is something about yourself that might surprise others? Oh, I'm related to Jesse James. That's something nobody would know. The outlaw, the guy who robbed and killed people. So I'm not particularly proud of that, but I was kind of conflicted. But it's cool to be able to see pictures of your ancestors that are, or like distant relations, because it's like first cousin. He's my first cousin once removed. No, not once removed. Absolutely not. I'm not that old. He's my first cousin like 4 times removed. 4 or 5 times removed. It's cool to be able to know so much about his life because I don't know that much about like my great-great-grandparents' life. You know what I mean? But everybody knows about this guy's life. Also, I was a cheerleader in middle school and high school. Yeah, that was awkward. Top 10 favorite bands in no particular order. I can't make a top 10 bands because that would take way too much time and effort and sacrifice. I can't do that. I'll try to name ones that I haven't named before. I'm just gonna name some bands that I like. Even like performers. I'll just name, because everybody asks for bands, but I'm like, what about the solo people? So I'll just name some stuff that I like. Joy Division. Haven't mentioned them on this channel before. OTEP, really love OTEP. Opeth, really funny. OTEP and Opeth. Unknown Henson, love Unknown Henson. These are some real weird things I'm throwing out at you guys. Voltaire, obviously. I've loved Voltaire since, I've probably been listening to Voltaire since like 1999, no, maybe 2000 or something. Tori Amos is a big one for me. Grinder Man, which is kind of cheating because it's kind of like a different Nick Cave incarnation, but it's not Nick Cave in the bad seat, it's Grinder Man. Faith in the Muse, love Faith in the Muse. Dolly Parton, I love Dolly Parton. I mean, I really like her more than most of her music, okay, but she's a really brilliant songwriter, so I love her and her music and Dolly Parton. And Dax Riggs. Dax Riggs is a really, really big one for me. So I'll try to link all those down below, and hopefully that was 10. What is your favorite Type O Negative album / song? Okay. I have thought about this before a lot. And I think that I would have to say that my favorite Type O Negative album is The Origin of the Feces. Because it's the one that I fell in love with. It's the one that I was like, the first one that I really listened to a lot from them was The Origin of the Feces. And as far as my favorite song, I mean, Unsuccessfully Coping with the Natural Beauty of Infidelity is a masterpiece, okay? So there's that. I also really love Wolf Moon. It was really good. Love You to Death. October Rust would be like my second, and then Bloody Kisses, or maybe vice versa. Christian Woman, brilliant. I love My Girlfriend's Girlfriend because it's got that like very 60s like Monster Kid like organ music vibe, you know? I love that. It cheers me up so much. Their cover of Cinnamon Girl is like amazing. So yeah, I don't know. It's really hard to choose. That's impossible. It's Type O Negative. They have so many good songs. It's impossible. But I gave you a few of my favorites. What is your favorite black liquid lipstick? At the moment, it is Black Moon Sleepwalker. It's super, super comfortable and really long lasting. It doesn't like bleed on the edges and stuff like that. So that one. What is the best concert you have been to? I answered that in the first one or the second one. It was Nick Cave at the Ace Hotel in Los Angeles. Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds. How did you and your significant other meet? We met at a bar. So that's very romantic, isn't it? Yeah, we met at a bar. How did you come to adopt or be parents to Icky? We just really wanted, I mean, I guess we didn't really want a dog, but we just loved dogs. And we would look on the adoption website because, you know, like when you love little doggies, that's what you do. You know, Evan just saw him one day and showed me the picture, and they were like, oh, well, it's this really great program called Dogs Without Borders, and you can just foster him for a week, and if you don't want to keep him, then you can just bring him back if it doesn't work out. And I'm like, that sounds like crazy as hell. Like, I'm not going to bring him back. I'm like, that dog's mine. So, yeah, we were on the beach one day having a picnic, and Evan was like, I'm calling them right now, and we're going to go pick him up tomorrow. So we did, and he's been with us ever since. He's napping over there by the heat vent. If you could visit anywhere in the world, where would you go and why? Well, I think I answered that one, and it's Egypt, so that I can see all the archaeological sites that I could possibly see. How are you liking your new home away from LA? It's different. It's not really different for me because I lived here before. But it is different for me because I got used to living in bigger cities. It's a lot easier to live in a smaller city because there's a lot less traffic. Things are just, it's not as arduous all the time, life. You certainly get a lot more bang for your buck. I like, in terms of the home that we're living in now, it's, you know, amazing and beautiful. I can't believe we live in this freaking house, but it is kind of sad because there aren't things like, we can't go see Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds at the Ace Hotel when they come, because they don't come. I think that he did come here once a few years ago when we were living in LA, hilariously enough. But, you know, it's a trade-off. So it's good, it's better, and it's also not as good. So, you know, it's a trade-off. It's good to be around family and to have their support when you need it and stuff like that. It's good to have fall, like autumn again, but sometimes, you know, it's snowing and like kind of wet and icy out there right now. So sometimes you miss just sort of like driving up to Malibu, sitting on the beach in January. That's nice. What's the most un-goth thing about you? Probably, I would say, my goofiness, because that's not like an inherently goth trait, you know, like stereotypical goth trait. I'm like a goofball. Like when you first meet me out in public, or if you see me out in public, I probably look like really mean or bothered or, you know, something like that, because I just don't want to talk to people because I have anxiety. Like I just don't want to be involved with conversations and things. It stresses me out. But once you get to know me, I don't shut up, and I'm a goofball, and I'm really awkward. So there's that. Also, there's the love of Dolly Parton. And I guess like drag queens, I really love drag queens, you know, and not just Sharon Needles, but other drag queens too. That's funny. Okay, the Raven Graves asked, when they make Saramonster the movie, and why wouldn't they? Why would they? Why would they, Raven? I don't think that they would. I don't think they would. Who would you like to play you? by the way, my little lady would love to play Ichabod's love interest. Oh, I'm sure he would love that. He loves a little girlfriend. We really need to get him like a mate, a sister, because he loves other dogs, especially little girls, and yeah, he would love that. Probably Laura Prepon, the Donna from that 70s show, because I think she's tall, and she has a deep voice, and she kind of looks like me in the face. Or, you know how like in the movies, they always like make people prettier because they just want people to go see the movie, and pretty people sell tickets. So they always make people like prettier than the real life people. Maybe Charlize Theron, because she's really cool and I adore her as an actress. I just think that she's just the ultimate, and I would love to see her as like a goth girl. I would love to see that. She did do that Eon Flux movie, but that wasn't exactly goth girl. But I think she could pull it off and sell the tickets. And I think Laura Prepon could too, but Charlize has more star power. So either one of those. Hazel says, we need a tutorial, and for the picture that I posted on Instagram for this. But so I will be doing a tutorial for that because people have asked a couple times. And that is it. Okay, that's it. That's all the questions. That's all the questions I believe that I was asked. If you have more questions, leave them down below and I will do another Q&A video. Let me know if you guys like this. Also, I just want to say, if you've stuck around for this long, then you probably want to watch my videos. So I've heard from a few different people that they have been like unsubscribed from my channel and that they didn't themselves do that. So if you're watching this by happenstance, just make sure that you're still subscribed and possibly click that little belly button. Click the belly button. Click the little notification bell, because I've also heard from people that they haven't seen my videos even though I have been uploading. But the easiest way to know when I upload is just to follow me on social media. Like follow me on Instagram and definitely follow me on Twitter. Put that down there because I always put out my video on Twitter. And sometimes I do it on Instagram, but mostly I do it in the Instagram stories. And I will always put it on my Facebook page when I put out a video. So go follow that stuff and maybe turn on the bell button if you want to. But just make sure you're still subscribed, because I don't know what is going on with YouTube, but it's really annoying. So that is it. I hope you're well, and I will see you all in my next video. You napping, honey?